Stupid thing. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Unnamed Gaming Podcast. Um, even though I fixed the cameras before, they seem to have
there is no fixing
filled out of the boxes. Welcome, everyone. Another episode of the Unnamed Gaming Podcast.
Bendy, quick, distract them.
I need you all currently to sound off in the chat. Who is here? Let us know who's here.
Is it just
so we can say hello to you? I've seen a bandit. A bandit is here.
A
Hello,
wild bandit arrived.
How are you
I thought
today?
it was just going to be us talking.
That's my Pokemon, if it didn't come across. You're not here, you're Bandit. You are Bandit, and that's why we love you. Hello here. Nice to meet you. I'm Bendy.
Hi, Bendy.
How is...
I'm invisible. You can't see me.
You're not. You're right there.
No, you're lying.
This is going swimmingly, you guys.
This is this is a typical.
Maybe we should introduce.
Yeah, so this is a typical Tempus episode, isn't it? Everything just goes wrong.
Yeah. We're good. We're fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Maybe we should introduce ourselves, Nettle, while Tempus is doing whatever they're doing.
I'm done.
I'm Bendy.
Hi, Bendy.
Hi, Bendy.
I am your Admiral Idiot. Nice to meet you.
Tempus, sorry.
I mean, the standard, actual fact.
You're not an issue. Not a bug, Tempus. You're a feature.
No, he's absolutely a fucking bug.
Part of the furniture.
We keep fixing him and he keeps coming back.
I'm not even supposed to be in this podcast. Right, hello everyone. Hello, welcome.
Yeah.
Bandit, Zonked, hello. Apologies for the mix up. Even though I sorted all these things out before we went live, apparently when I changed the screen, it's up again. But
don't worry about it. We're
here. We're live. We're going to talk about games. Can you believe that?
No.
Cool. So, yes, we have Admiral Idiot Bendy. We have General Idiot Nettle. Tech Idiot Tempus. So, how have you both been? It's been 2 weeks since we went live. How are we doing?
Yep.
Oh, yep. I like it. I'm also yep. So,
But I just want to prove to Bendy. Look, Melina is now on the stand. She is being finished.
No, I was not trying to be forceful. I clearly was. Yeah.
It's to do with games.
Look, we're an all-inclusive podcast.
We are so crap at this.
Look, we're not professionals
I beg to differ. I think we're fucking brilliant.
Cheers.
Let's go.
Yes. Anyway, so let's just jump straight in with it. What have we been playing over the course of 2 weeks? And we'll start alphabetically with our Admiral.
Okay, cool. This will be short and sweet because I've been really busy at work. So I played Fi-Fi Rush. That's good.
Oh yeah,
I enjoy that. That's a fun game. Haven't played too much of it, but it's quite interesting in the fact that I'm rhythmically challenged, right? But I can still
that's
play
not
it.
true. I've seen you
Even though I'm
dance.
like, yeah, it's fucking terrible, mate. Anyway, but yeah, no, I like the fact that the soundtrack is very, very good. And yeah, I think I will carry on playing it a little bit later on today. So yeah, I also played, as usual, Fallout. So Fallout 76. We're at a part where we're going to make a big decision now. So
Killing everyone.
I need to start a new character. Kill everybody as usual. And then something I jumped into because a friend of mine was like, "I've got no one to play with. Can you come and play with me?" And I was like, "Okay, I quite like RTSs. Let's go." And I've been playing StarCraft 2. learning how to play StarCraft.
Amazing.
Pretty cool. Your standard RTS. Build things, fight armies, and yeah, it's been a good fun time. Just
So we should
murdering.
be expecting a Sarah Kerrigan cosplay at any point.
Oh, absolutely not. That's way out of my wheelhouse. Looking at it yesterday, I was like, it's fucking cool, but yeah, nah. You know, I don't know, StarCraft is fun. I've learned how to play the Terran, which are the humans, and they're pretty boring, to be fair. And then last night I was learning how to use, is it Protoss? Which are like the Zealots, which in my friend group, my D&D friend group specifically, apparently I'm a religious zealot, like in general. So they were made for me. So, and to be fair, they probably were.
Fair enough.
Yeah. That's me this week. I'll try and play some more, but who knows?
It's fine.
I've
You've
been a
played
bit
games. That's all that
confused.
matters.
Yeah,
Nettle.
there was some game there. Buckle up, guys. I've got a page full of... No, I haven't. Half page full of stuff.
I was gonna say now's time for a pee break. 10 minutes in.
Actually,
Right.
drink more water.
Yes.
Just yes. So, first things first, the end of the Destiny 2's latest season of the Seraph came to an end on Tuesday. It was wonderful as per usual and as we expect with Destiny. Wonderful end to the season 1 to the end of the Witch Queen DLC. Everything started tying in together and then all went a bit loosey-goosey because we're going to a completely new place for the new DLC. Love it. It made me cry. It made me laugh. It made me do my usual reactions. So, but no, it was a very, very satisfying conclusion, and there was a particular scene within the cutscene that you always get at the end, which reminisced back to the first ever poster that was released of Destiny 1, where the Traveler is just over with the light coming down. We got to see that again when something, which I will not spoil for anybody, happened. We said goodbye to a friend, very old friend, which I won't make any sense unless I do spoil it. So, spoiler alert, guys. I've given you enough time. We said goodbye to Rasputin. He's died. He's gone to AI heaven. But somebody in my YouTube video, pointed out something about he sacrificed himself. And in Destiny, as a guardian, the way you become a guardian is you basically devotion inspires bravery, bravery inspires sacrifice, and sacrifice means you die and come back as a guardian. So somebody pointed out Rasputin was brave and he did sacrifice himself. It is a possibility he could come back as a guardian. We don't know because he is purely AI. This has never been done before. We've never had anything like that before. That made me feel things sad. Oh, I'm sorry, Bandit. It's very sad. Some questions came out. It was it was cool. And yeah, it leads us straight into the next DLC, which is coming out in like a week's time, week and a few days time. Lightfall. So excellent, amazing, love it. Really looking forward to it. Well done, Bungie. You did it again. So second game that I want to talk about, which some of you may have seen on our website and on our YouTube. I did a review of it. It's a really cute little indie game called Blank, which I streamed last week with my husband. It's a co-op chill adventure puzzle game. You play as a little fawn and a little wolf cub who have lost their families, and they wake up in the snowy wilderness, and they're trying to find their families, and they find each other, and you have to use each other to solve all the puzzles, and it's so cute. I fell in love so much with it. It was really good. It's this beautiful black and white line art style. It's just really good. It's about 2 hours long. I think we actually did it in like just over an hour and a half, but it's about a 2 hour long game. You meet lots of little animal friends. I have no idea what that means. Yeah, you meet these animal friends. You have to help them. It's really cute. And yeah, and you find your families in the end. Spoiler alert, but it's really cute. Yeah. So go play it. It's $12.99 on Steam. It's not on PS. It's not on Xbox. Yeah, it's fine. It's brilliant. We love it. Go find it. Go play it. It's a little indie company. We love indie companies here. Indie games for the win. And next one on the what's it called? Switch. I forgot my words. Words are difficult. Yeah, so I played something called Townscaper on Switch. Which is exactly as it sounds. It is a townscaping game. You scape a town. I was weird. I didn't like it. I didn't like the controls on Switch because you have to make it over. You basically start out with a big water like venture, and then you have to make the town and build it up. And I just couldn't get along with it. Maybe it was better on PC, but on Switch, I just couldn't deal with it. I didn't like it at all. So I played about half an hour of it and stopped. Yeah. It's a shame because I've heard a lot of people play that one. I don't really know why it didn't work out for me. Maybe I was in a bad mood at the time. But yeah, if you like town games, you like escaping games, maybe you'll have a better time. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Next one. It's a really bizarre game called The Tenants, and it's basically Landlord Simulator, where
I think I've seen something.
yeah, you're trying to start an empire where you're a landlord empire, which is weird. You start earning your money by like doing odd jobs for people and like fixing up people's houses and stuff, and then you slowly but surely buy houses and rent them out. It would be fun if they didn't have weird things like tricking your tenants into doing something that means that you can chuck them out of their house. And it was like, this would be fun if this wasn't real.
That definitely 100% happens because landlords mean horrible.
Yeah, it's
nasty.
If it was just like if it was a house flipper type thing, it would be fun. But there's just that underlying like pin in my brain that's going, this is horrible. Like I literally just before I came on, I was doing another like little mission, you know what I mean, in it. And mission. And it was where you had to like you've got I've got my first tenant in my first house, and it came time for the rent to be due, and she was like, I've got no money. And there were the precipice of us was like, okay, you're fine for now, but I will kick you out if you don't pay me next week. And I'm sitting there looking at how much money I got. And I had like 25 grand in the bank. I'm like, I don't need this fucking money. She can stay in there for another week and a half and it wouldn't matter. I'm just like, I feel the ick. I felt the ick on it. So it's like, it would be fun, but it's not because of the underlying issue that this is a thing.
You should be allowed to have the decision of the kind of landlord you are.
Yeah.
So if you want to be a nice, caring landlord and giving them time and like things like that, then you can do. But this seems like it's forcing you into being a meanie boy.
Yeah, and whether like later on you can choose that, I don't know because I'm still quite early in game. But it's like I've no idea how I feel about this, but I didn't feel comfortable with it. And that's the kind of thing, like, I like my chill games. I like ones where you feel comfortable, not where you feel the ick. So I'm not sure how much further I'll be able to get with that one. We'll see. I'll continue to play until I get the real ick. And if I can't like nudge that feeling, it's getting uninstalled, which is really a shame because I could see what they were trying to do with it, but it's just like, I don't think you should be making a game where you could chuck tenants out.
Can we just have a...
No.
I'm just going to go to the break screen quick. Join the... Bendy is the only one that... even though
Oh.
Discord's working. I'm just going to go to the
Oh.
break screen quick. We'll rejoin the chat.
Okay.
Hello? Is Discord having an alarm? That was interesting. Usually it comes up with
Okay,
the call
yeah.
quality's bad, but
Hello, everyone. We're back. I don't know what happened. Just cancelling the Discord call and rejoining seems to have got the OBS working again. It was weird because the cameras were working in Discord, but not on the OBS. But we're back. So, sorry, Nettle. Carry on with your games.
I don't know where I was anymore.
The
I'm so
tenants.
lost.
You'd finished the tenants.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, yeah. The Ick. That's what that game should be called. Next one is a slightly left field game. In that
Football.
it was no, it was a mobile game that I was playing called Disney Mirrorverse.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, don't know how many people would have heard of this, but it's a Disney fighter game where you play as the different Disney characters and Pixar characters fighting like evil things. The whole backstory is many moons ago, two meteors blasted into each other, and somehow now everybody's a fighting form of themselves. I neither know or cared enough about it to play it very much. What I did appreciate, however, was the 360 3D viewer of all of the costumes of all the Disney and Pixar guys in battleware. Yeah, you got it. This is all about cosplay. Legitimately, these costumes are beautiful. Like, they are really nicely designed. And to the point where I've just gone, that's a cosplay. That's a cosplay.
Screenshot.
That's a cosplay.
Screenshot.
Cosplay. So, yeah, I mean, it's just it's a battle game, you know, on your mobile. It's not actually great, but it's free, and if you have some time to spare, I suppose you can, you know, get Rapunzel to beat the crap out of some bad guy. However, if you're a cosplayer, it's really good, and you should definitely go get it just to have a look at all of the really cool costumes. Not saying that most of my costumes from this year are going to be coming from that, but they're really nice. They probably will. That was that one. I went back to play Apex Legends as well. I'm still crap at it. That's the end of that story. So apologies to Cam and Denny who had to put up with my shitness the entire time. It's just like, oh, there's a fight over there, and I'm like, oh, is there? Oh, headshot. Can you get my banner, guys? And the second to last game that I played, Bus Simulator 21.
You and your freaking simulators.
I am the simulator queen. I was like the Borg
You are.
queen, but less
You
cool.
are.
Yeah, it's bus simulator. You drive a bus around places and you pick people up and you put them off and you give people change and honk your horn.
There needs to be a crazy taxi built where you drive a bus. Imagine a bus with like nitro or something.
Bus.
I am aware that I am a loser, but I love simulator games. I don't know why, I just do. It's like, you can do all of this in real life, but why would you when you can do it on a controller instead?
Right, you can't. I mean, who wants to leave the house? I certainly don't want to leave the house, so therefore I'm not going to learn how to drive a bus.
I feel like you were about to say, how can you drive a bus in real life? And the answer to that, Bendy, is you steal one.
That's what I was thinking, yeah, crime. That's
Watch,
the only way you can do a bus driving.
You just
Crime.
steal it.
just watch out for in the news now if there's a bus stolen in your.
Two human people have decided to steal a bus in the Surrey, Hampshire area. Be on the lookout for two crazy blondes.
They're trying to drive to the Mexican border. Not sure how that's going to work out. But
Bendy, we're leaking.
Slow in water, right? Amphibious.
Everyone knows a bus is doubles as a submarine.
Press the jet ski button. Press the jet ski. That's not the type of jet I was expecting.
Bendy buses are the best ones, because I don't know. Just this.
Anyway, and oh my God, help. Last but not least, there is a game called Dulac and Faye Dance of Death, which I got on. Yeah, it's been out for 3 or 4 years now. It's a 2019 game, and the reason why I got it is I'm slowly but surely making my way through all of the games that were ever released in Guildford. But I just know that these guys they're based in Guildford. It's a walking simulator mystery kind of decision making game. You play as a gentleman called Dulac and his talking dog called Faye, although he's the only one and a select few others who can hear the dog. And you end up in Victorian London solving crimes about ladies of the night who are being killed.
Benny's interested.
Yes, she knows where I'm going with this. Basically you're going around trying to figure out how these women are being killed, and it's a Jack the Ripper tale. It's kind of cool, yeah. It's your usual point and click and go talk to people and listen to all of their voice lines, and you can make decisions. Like there's a whole bunch of different decisions you can make, and depending on which one you do, things happen and people talk to you and people don't stop talking to you, which means you've got a whole load of information that you can't get if that happens. So there is quite a lot of decision making that actually matters until about halfway through the game, in which case all decision making stops and it basically turns into a movie, which was weird. I spent a long time just sitting and walking backwards and forwards but not making any more decisions until really far into the game. That was bizarre. It's like the first half took a long time to make and they made it really well, and then the second half they were like, well, fuck, we're running out of money.
Oh,
the other thing is, there is a secondary story going on, except it's kind of the first story and Jack the Ripper's is the secondary story. It gets very weird. The first story is now... Dulac, does anybody know? Does that ring any bells for anybody? Dulac and Faye. I'll give you their full names then.
How is...
Sorry?
I was going to say, how is Faye spelled?
F-E...
Like, Gary, just...
Y.
Y. Yeah.
So their full name...
It's something to do with the Faye.
Yeah, so their full names are Lancelot Dulac and Morgana Le Fay.
Okay.
So, back when, in the past, Lancelot was trying to save Camelot. Yeah, this is part of the story, guys. Lancelot was trying to save Camelot and got himself very injured. And then, for some reason, Merlin, hating Morgana, decided to turn her into a dog. And Lancelot got caught up in this magicry, and they are now entwined together as a talking dog and Lancelot from the Round Table. And the reason they go to London is because they find out Merlin is meant to be there, and she's trying to get him to turn her back into a human being.
Is Merlin Jack the Ripper?
No! He never find Merlin! That's the point!
Fucking
Jack
Merlin.
It'd be so interesting, though, if it was.
I know! Well, that's where they're going with the story. That's what they want you to think. Anyway, it turns out actually Jack the Ripper is actually not one person. It's a bunch of copycat killers happening all at the same time. that's the way they've done it anyway. And then right at the end, a journalist sees there's a very evil woman who's one of the copycat killers who's been a bit suspicious throughout the entire thing. You know, you never quite trust her. Anyway, she tries to kill Lancelot and Faye right at the end. By the way, spoilers alert, but I don't think anybody is actually ever going to play this. She tries to kill Lancelot and Faye right at the end, and Faye ends up killing her. And then the end, like the near end shot of it is Lancelot in a big top hat and very long cape, standing with a knife as a journalist comes around the corner and it's like, oh, it's Jack the Ripper. And it's basically this entire contrived story that Lancelot is Jack the Ripper, except you don't actually, like, he doesn't see that it's Lancelot because he knows the Ripper. Anyway, it's bizarre. Needless to say, the dog does not turn back into a human being. There's also another woman called Mary Jane Kelly, who I believe is actually part of the original Victorian story.
The last
victim, yeah,
victim was Mary
who
Jane Kelly,
she is the last victim in the story as well. Which is actually quite sad because you spend a lot of time with this woman throughout the story, and you get quite like you know her and you get to know her, and then like one of the things is right at the end she thinks she solved these murdery things that are happening, and Lancelot and Faye give her a load of money to go back to Ireland to see her child. Now, they say that she's going back to Belfast to see her child, but throughout the entire fucking game, she has a Welsh accent, which triggered me no end. And I wanted to go to Selic's game and fricking rip the door down and tell them how Welsh and Irish people are not the fucking same. And then she dies.
What they did there is they watched From Hell. That happens in From Hell. Spoiler alert. But also they maybe were reading a book about Arthurian lore at the same time and was just like, these go really well together.
It actually felt like they made the Jack the Ripper story first, and then the publishers went, nah, we need a little bit extra here. Make it about Arthur. That's what it felt like.
What if there was time travel?
Well, it's not. They're just immortal.
Time travel.
There's another underplot where there's basically a bunch of immortal people from Arthurian times. It got so contrived at one point. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Do you think this was supposed to be like a trilogy of games and we're running?
So I started playing. Yeah, I think I started playing this game about 12:30 in the afternoon, and I didn't finish until 10:30. That is a very long game for that kind of thing. So, in my opinion, it could have been at least 2 games.
But Zonk has asked if Robin Hood turns up.
I mean,
I reckon
fucking
he was just there.
It would not have fucking surprised me. It felt like they wanted to make another game with these two. I don't know if they ever will. As far as I know, they haven't been shut down. So they're still out there somewhere doing something.
You never know.
They're
they
around.
might turn up in Sherwood Forest, so you never know. It was bizarre.
Yes, though, you've got mythology and actual history.
Yeah.
I can understand using mythology at the same time. So, for example, if you were going to do something about Jack the Ripper, doing something about Spring-Heeled Jack, which was around the same time, right? But no, let's go Arthurian mythology and then Jack. Okay.
I don't know. It was really weird, and it didn't feel at all like it was like meant to be like that. It felt like there was a bunch of things that came together and they were like, just dump it in and hope for the best. So that was
how it goes.
That was how I spent my Friday afternoon. Afternoon well spent. I only paid £10 for it though, so it's a bit like, at that point I can't complain too much because the first half of the game was really good. I want to make this known that the first half of the game was really, really good. I was very much enjoying myself. I was interested in the plot. I was paying attention to the decisions I was making. The second half of the game, I didn't get enough decisions and I started to drift off and couldn't be bothered, and I was just picking things as and when they came. that'll be a lesson to you game studios. Make sure you think about the length of your games if you're going to make them walking decision makers.
And
That's it.
get your accents right.
And get your accents fucking right. That's it. That's my lot for the last couple of weeks.
Okay. That was
It's a
quite
lot,
a
right?
list.
Good load.
Quite a
That
list.
was a lot. I went on a rampage.
See, right. I'll fly through the first two. One is my kind of daily Valorant. Get better. Downloaded 8. Crap at that too.
I was wondering why I saw a whole on there the other day as well.
And it's I only got it today, but I mean, if it helps, it helps.
Yeah.
Shit at Valorant. The other one was I re-downloaded and replayed Hacking because I just wanted something chilled to play for a couple of hours. And
Can I suggest a driving simulator game?
It's so stressful. Making sure you let
not.
people off the bus at the right time.
well,
Only if you care about them.
that actually leads into leads into a simulator game that I've been playing myself. That I doubt. All of these, by the way, are on the Game Pass.
Of course.
That's
another one I forgot to say. Sorry. Keep going.
No, it's fine.
No, keep going.
I downloaded and played Lawn Mowing Simulator.
See, I tried to play this and it gave me like really bad motion sickness.
You know what the funny thing is, right?
I'm definitely not playing it then.
It was like, I'm like, after a while, you're just doing the like same kind of contracts until you hit certain stars and grow and you get bigger. Your company gets bigger, so you get bigger contracts. But like, I played it for like a week. I mean, I've stopped playing it now because obviously it's competitive.
Yeah.
But like for that week, I just found myself sitting there. I play. The next thing I know, I've loaded up Lawnmower Simulator. I'm mowing some grass. I've got a garden I could be doing outside. It's the same with Power Wash Simulator.
You can do my garden if you want.
What's wrong, Power Wash? No, I won't let you go on now.
No.
What is wrong with Power Wash Simulator?
No, I don't. I'm not saying there's something wrong with Power Wash Simulator. I'm just saying I could be using a power wash in real life. No, I'm sorry. I was just getting Red Dwarf Holly vibes then. That's, by the way, that's the thumbnail. Yeah, but it's like you obviously you do your contracts, you earn your money, you buy new machines. Some requirements, you have to buy special attachments. Enjoy work, Master Dan. Thanks for popping in, dude. And then like you grow your business, so you then hire other people, so you can have like yourself doing contracts and a few other people. It's like what I found to do is I had to give someone a contract, but they wouldn't complete it. They'd do it at the same time I was doing a contract. So there was contracts where you'd go around and just pick up like 10 pieces of rubbish out of a campsite or a park. So I'd give them all the jobs. Took fucking like an hour to mow grass on, and I would spend 2 minutes picking up rubbish, and it would complete a job.
You have just managed to completely fucking annihilate the proper reason for having a simulator game.
The thing is, like, don't get me wrong, I would cut grass, but there was this one level I was just like, I think it took me an hour and 20 to do because I didn't have like the right lawnmower for it. I still didn't really have a lot of money. I was still on my basic ass lawnmower, and obviously if you try and cut too much grass once, it overheats your engine and it doesn't grass properly. And I'm trying to do this bloody horse paddock. This thing is huge. It took me an hour and 20 minutes to do, and it was like recommended time 35. But it was just weird. It was just that I was just like I want something, like I enjoy my just chill, nothing really over the top. And it was one of them things where it was just like I could easily put this down, and the next thing I know, like 4 hours. it was all right, but I preferred. Like, I get that this is more your conventional simulator game,
Yeah.
whereas like Power Wash Simulator had like a bit of a funny story to it running through, and I enjoyed that because I wanted to know what was going on,
Yeah.
rather than I'm just trying to build my business. That was okay. I'll go to this one. I downloaded. This is mostly for downloaded and played Hot Wheels
Oh.
because that
Love that.
that
Love
recent
that.
yeah that recently got added to like 12th, I think. And if you strangely, because I've downloaded it on the Xbox and Ellie, so that I downloaded it on my PC to start. Now it's the Game of the Year edition, so it should come with all the packs and all, which it did on my PC version. I tried to do it on the X One S that I've got, my Series S. You had to buy them all.
Oh.
Weird, but yeah, he enjoys it. It's good fun. You can like all we're doing is quick races. It's 500 coins to buy a loot box to unpack new cars. So
loot boxes in the
well, yeah, but it's not like you don't pay for them. You earn them through in-game currency.
Oh, okay.
But like it's like a pack. It's like a pack you earn.
Yeah.
I keep cutting out. Am I cutting out?
No.
No, I can hear you fine.
I'm talking about Hot Wheels Unleashed.
Anyway.
Hot Wheels Unleashed. How? I'll sit a bit closer, shall I? Can you hear me now, Howling?
Can you hear me now?
So, yeah, but like, so I'd do a couple of races, earn some coins, I'd buy the boxes, and I'd let him open them and stuff. And then it's like, but the thing is, it'd give you dupes as well. But if you get dupes, you can sell them, and it gives you 300 coins back. So you can kind of reinvest. So it's quite fun, and it's it's the basic racer game. You can get some hot monster trucks in it as well to race. The tracks are pretty cool, so that's not bad. It's quite fun. I downloaded and played a game that I think Bendy would actually play. If you've not played it, it's called Eastwood. Probably heard of it.
Okay, nice.
Follow the yes, I have tried some of the character ones, Alan. Yeah. I had all the like the Ninja Turtles, Skeletor.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, if you know Chucklefish,
Yeah.
who basically dealt with Stardew Valley for the Zonk, you'll enjoy it. It's a like 2.5, I'm gonna say, pixelated, kind of not like side scroller thing, but you can go up and down like that. But like the art style is really cool in it. The music is brilliant. I played it for like 4 hours. I think I'm into chapter 3 at the moment. But basically, you are a guy named John who works in a mine. An apocalyptic event happened. Basically, everyone's kind of living underground in fear of what's up, or like the danger upstairs, up above. You're living in this,
like our future.
yeah. So you're living in this underground commune run by a dickhead mayor, and you're John, this guy. He doesn't talk at all, but he's like a miner, and like he's a big strong guy. But he finds this girl called Sam in like a tank underground. He basically adopts her and looks after her, and then as you're playing through this first bit, you get like go into the your weapon is frying pan, which you also use to cook meals.
Okay.
You cook meals as well.
Multiple uses.
Yeah.
Need that in an apocalypse.
But like, and people, the mayor sends people away that try to people that everything is fine above ground, and he sends them to Caron. So things happen. You get kind of sent to jail for things. So I don't want to ruin too much, but basically you make your way up, and then the chapters go. But it's one of them ones where you're like Diablo-esque.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I loved the art style. The story's really cool. But I've got the music is. I was playing it and I was just sat there thinking, definitely on Game Pass.
I was just about to ask.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass. So
Game
it's
Pass?
because I've been looking at it for a long
I
time.
think I've seen it, and I was like, "Oh, that looks fun."
Yeah.
No, I definitely think it's really good because like every chapter, obviously, it's like any game. Every time you move on, you get more.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil too much. I know Eastward's been out for over a year now. It might even been a while, but no, I think it's only it's and Zonk's definitely worth a try for you. I think.
How many achievements can you get?
My final one. I sat and played through in place of one day the Return to Monkey Island.
Yay!
I loved every second of that game.
I've still not finished it, but
You've still not finished
I did
it.
play a little bit of it, a little bit more of it.
It's
It's not that I don't enjoy it. It's just like the time and stuff. But yeah, did you love it? Did you love it?
Do you know what?
So good, right?
I remember when we was watching the showcase, the advert first come on, and I sat there and was like, I do not like this art style, but like I played it and I was like, you know what? It's actually not that bad. Like, but it's funny.
Him.
It's funny. The puzzles are really good. You play it on normal. There is a hard one which gives like harder puzzles. I don't know how much
You need to do more steps to get to the same thing.
Yeah.
So I don't think the story changes at all. You just do more to get to where you are. Yeah.
But I just love how chaotic Guybrush is. It's got that just. I love the point and click comedy, like scripting and voice acting. It's. I won't because you've not finished it, like, but just the ending's just like what?
I think I'm really close. I think I'm the end of chapter 4, and there's 5 chapters, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So I've got that one chapter to do, but I am like, Zonk will be proud of me. I'm playing it slowly because I'm achievement hunting. So like I'm getting all the achievements in every chapter.
Achievements.
Achievements.
But yeah, no,
I'll play Monkey Island when we finish.
I would highly recommend anyone playing Monkey Island, and it got to the point actually where I was playing it. My daughter comes next day. She come down. Eastwood. She was like, "Why are you not playing Monkey Island?" I said, "I finished it." So she went upstairs and downloaded her Xbox to play it herself. So
oh, cute.
Because
good girl. Love that.
But yeah, no, that's mine, and I can't believe we've been talking about the games we played in the last 2 weeks for like 5 minutes.
I've got one more that I forgot about.
Bonus game.
It's called Potion Craft Alchemist Simulator. You're literally making potions for people. It's really fun and I like it. It's so cute. And they absolutely blow up in your face if you're not careful.
Standard.
Solid thing. Another simulator, potions. We all love it. Yeah.
Perfect.
It's on Game Pass as well, so.
So, this next section, I think I've seen that game actually on game.
Yeah.
Next section should hopefully go pretty fast. It's the news.
Oh, yeah, the news.
It's the news. Who's got some news? Bendy's got news.
News.
I got news.
I got news.
So, Nintendo Direct happened last week, the week before, and we saw a new trailer of Tears of the Kingdom, which everybody knows if you've been watching this podcast for any length of time. I'm a massive fucking Zelda fan. I love it so much. But something happened in the trailer. A voice was heard in the trailer of one of my second favorite type of fixations of Critical Role, Matthew Mercer,
the Messiah,
is voicing a character in Tears of the Kingdom, the Messiah, the myth, the man, the legend himself, but we don't know who it is yet because that's not being released. It's not shown on IMDb, and nobody has mentioned who it
Tingle.
is. However, he was yes, he was Ingle. Love that. There's a rumor it's going to be Ganondorf from the original teaser trailer we got. With if you remember it, there was Zelda and Link walking through like a cave system, and they come across an emaciated person that looked like Ganondorf. So Matthew Mercer might be voicing Ganondorf in Tears of the Kingdom, and that is my news. It's like a massive rumor, but I'm very happy at the fact that I heard that voice, and all I heard was one word. I was like, "Fucking Mercer, yes, yes."
That's all you need.
That's all I got.
That's all you need.
That's all I need. And then I
Matt's
pre-ordered
voicing
it
Zelda.
3 seconds later.
Yes, he's
Bendy.
voicing Zelda.
They've recast recast Zelda.
Zelda again, is up the one in green. Yeah, I thought so.
Oh.
Poor Patricia Somerset, she's lovely.
Nettle, go.
I don't really have anything. No, yeah, I don't. It's actually been quite a bleak couple of weeks for news. The only thing that I spotted, which I actually did send to Bendy and a couple of our other friends, was Alice Asylum is going into what is effectively bidding. So they've got a load of stuff finished now, and they're requesting publishers money. The game is going to get funded. It's fine.
I really hope that gets released. It looks so freaking good. Like everything that all of the artwork and stuff that American McGee has released just looks fantastic, and more cosplay ideas for me. And I love the Alice as well. So bring it on.
So he's effectively done his game design bible for it, which actually doesn't tend to get made until it's in pre-production. The game is in pre-production, so I'm guessing he's feeling fairly confident about this, or definitely knows some things that we don't. It would be hard to see why it wouldn't get published, why he wouldn't get the money for it, basically.
Well, I mean,
and is he going to different publishers?
Well, you go for bidding, yeah. You pitch the game to how many publishers you can get a meeting with. The stronger the cases are, look, we've had a game before, these are the statistics for it, this is the amount of backers that we've got on whatever backing site we're done, and here's our game bible with all the ideas. At that point, you're like, you've got a full house there, and it would be very hard for publishers to go, no, why would we give you money for this game? It's basically this is free money for us, yes. So we'll see how it goes. He's clearly playing his cards quite close to his chest, because how much he clearly loves this entire franchise. And I suppose the only thing that would be stopping them is if publish went, we want like a 60-40 split, like they get 60, you get 40 from revenue profits and revenue shares and stuff. But yeah, it was one that caught my eye on Twitter, and it was a bit like, okay, this hasn't gone bad, this is good, this means we're going forward with it, but it's still not a lot of information. So I would imagine in the next couple of months we'll hear something more.
Same universe of the game that we've already had.
Alice Madness Returns.
And Alice,
And Alice, yeah.
It's so the designer, I think you would call him a designer, American McGee. Because it is American McGee's Alice, and American McGee's Alice Madness Returns.
Yeah.
He's the one that's done the Bible, which you can actually download as well. You can get for free on their Patreon, if you want to look at it yourself. So yes, it is a prequel to Alice, the original Alice, I believe. I think it comes before the first 2 games, from what I understand, because I follow on it and I like the series and stuff. So from what I understand, it's prequel to, because the ending of Madness Returns is an ending, like it ends, and I don't think you can carry on from that.
Mm,
Don't want to give anything away. If you haven't played it, play it. It's very freaking good.
it is.
So I think it's back before that. So yeah, I'm very excited to see if this gets made. So I'm just surprised that they haven't approached EA, or are they approaching EA?
Well, they
part of
might.
this?
I
Is it
suspect
EA?
EA might be one of the people that they have gone to, but EA in itself has become such a weird institution. They are more inclined to work with multiplayer long-term things at the moment,
Yeah,
and they're not very
games
good at profit
establishment
sharing.
stuff.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
No.
so I hope they go with somebody who can give him a good opportunity with it. What he's clearly wanting from a completely I don't know him, but off the, like what I would be thinking point of view, would he wants autonomy on what he can do with the game, and all he wants is the money and to give them, share the profits back. There's plenty of publishers that'll give him
He's
that, but
he's got name recognition. Like American McGee is I know he's made a lot of other games other than the Alice games, so he's got big name recognition, and being able to put American McGee's Alice in your publishing rights, I think is a good move for any publisher. So yeah, I hope he gets a good deal. I'll be buying it day one when it comes out. So
yeah,
I think that's about the average going price for a game these days. Howling, your question?
60's not. Yeah, I don't think that's expensive, especially for a Nintendo thing.
Maybe for Nintendo.
And that will never go down. No, well, Pokemon was 60 quid.
Yes.
Also, Bandit, I'll have you know I did do my homework. There just wasn't a lot of homework to read this week.
So there.
Fine, she's had 2 weeks to think of my shit question. So, which I thought of this morning. So yeah, good. Right, my news. Right, I going to give you a list of games coming to the PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium tiers on February 21st. So, joining the PlayStation Premium Classic, got Destroy. Doom, that's the original.
Yeah.
Harvest Moon, Back to Nature. The Legend of Dragoon, Wild Arms 2. But coming to the downloadable catalogue, PS4, PS5 games, really big names. We've got, I'm going to go in alphabetical order, but I'm going to probably leave off like bigger names off of this list. Say them at the end. First is Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown. Borderlands 3. I think it's pretty good. I already own that.
Yeah.
Epic Game Store, but you know. Earth Defense Force 5. Have you ever played an Earth Defense Force?
No.
You're basically like humans with like rocket launchers and stuff, and you're basically shooting at ants and stuff that are trying. Good.
I might let them kill the planet. I'm just
saying. A game very.
Burn it to the ground. We'll try again.
Game very near and dear to my heart. Nettle play it, the Forgotten City. You haven't played that already?
Absolutely.
I Am Setsuna. Lost Sphere. Oninaki. Again, another one.
Yeah, I have heard of Oninaki.
Outriders.
Ooh. Okay.
Scarlet's Nexus. I've heard of that, but I can't picture it.
Yeah.
Tekken 7. The last 3 I've left to the end. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. No, it's not.
Yeah.
The Quarry. That's right, The Quarry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already knew that one.
Yeah, I guessed you did. But I saw it and was like, I'm gonna play that now. That's there. It's me for playing. But the one I'm really excited for, and I'm like, holy shit, this has come along really fast. Considering Horizon Forbidden West is going. Yes. So, and I loved playing.
Oh,
I loved playing
okay.
Zero Dawn, and I think it's actually less than a year
Yeah.
going on here. But I think that's a good sign for this PlayStation Plus service,
Yeah.
because you could they could have at least easily kept us waiting to that magnitude. It's because that
Yeah.
is one of their top games, like games they probably look at as our. They've given it a year. Now they're like, either people will buy it in the, or people will pay for our premium service, still getting their money. But as soon as
Do you think do you think this is I say a ploy, but do you think this is like, oh, they've really looked at it going, our premium isn't selling as well as we hoped. Let's go get a big name on here and hope that will then bring people to this platform.
I know what you're saying, and I think part of it's. I think part of it's down to. I don't think Forbidden West did as well. I'm going to be honest. I don't think it. But at the same time, it's big enough draw. Like, well, if we stick it on our premium tier, people to download and play, we can still earn off of it. Get people, even if it was just to get it for like 2 months, just to try and play this game, because it's still going to be cheaper to pay that premium subscription than the game. So like, even if you bought it for it, they've now got that one. The game's there. Already paid the money. They're just going to use it as a tool to draw. But like, you think about it, if in the next, when did God of War come out?
Yeah, October, November.
So come October this year, Ragnarok then goes on it as well. You've got to think to yourself, well, maybe I just wait a year.
Yeah.
For these AAA Sony games, wait a year and end up going on the premium service.
Yeah, I think there's probably a couple of things to think about there with Forbidden West. Obviously, the new VR game's coming out, or has come out, will be coming out soon. I imagine there will be some kind of weird, if you get a subscription service for one of the platforms, you'll get a bunch of VR shit to come with it as well.
There are a lot of VR games on that service already.
Yeah. I know this because Switchback is coming out in a month's time, which is a VR game. Super massive. So yeah, there's probably a little bit of that. It probably didn't do as well as it would. I will say this to the cows come home and people will shout at me. Horizon Zero Dawn came off the back of a bunch of long story-driven fighting type games. The Witcher 3 came out 2 years beforehand. Like, it came off the back of that. It was still when everybody was still hyping those kind of games up. We have gone through a different stage now. People aren't doing as long games as those anymore. So it swings and roundabouts. It comes in sections. You get a couple of years of these types of games, specific types of games doing really well, and then you go on to a different type of thing. So that's a possibility of why Forbidden West did not quite do as well as what they were hoping, which is why it's gone on. Can I see Ragnarok going on there? I can't, because it did really well, like ridiculously well. And I think they will still want the premium from that game.
It going on there, but
longer.
They'll announce like the next game in the series.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
But I think the issue, like, that I'm on to, I think the issue is got into a period where open world games just it just got to the point where there was. It eventually got to the point where they look at and find pictures of side quests. Fine, because you've got something to do. But it's like me personally, I don't mind a few collectibles. Becomes monotonous. And I think that's where we're at the minute. I think we've gone to the point too much. People are just getting bored.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely true.
This might not be how everybody else is experiencing it, but I feel like the people that grew up essentially with these long narrative driven games are starting to age out and not have time for these long narrative driven games. Like a few years ago I would have been able to have a couple of hours every evening to play a game and carry on that story. Now I don't have that time because I live a serious life now. And I think they've gone into the things where they take so long to finish a game now that people just aren't bothered starting, right? So
And
we need to have a switchback where we get to a time where we can condense things a little.
I know what you're saying because I've been looking at games and I want to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Phoenix.
Yes.
They're both on Game Pass. I was like, play them, but then so much for me.
Yep.
I just don't have the time, like
And
the
Odyssey
hours
is a
to
grind.
put into it anymore. Yeah, apparently Odyssey. But like that's why I found that I've been playing a lot of short-based games over these big AAA games more because it's just easier to play and finish.
Yeah. I think this is the toss-up that happens though. We go for indie games because yay, indie, and they tend to be shorter for the smaller price. The longer games always tend to be more expensive. So we're sitting there going, well, A, it's a longer game, B, it's more expensive. At some point, AAA studios are going to realize they're going to have to cut something, and it will have to have a price cut with it as well.
That won't happen.
No, exactly.
We're going to give you less game for twice as much money.
I mean, yeah. Inevitably, that'll be what happens because guess what, AAA studios? But it's something's going to have to give. People don't have the time anymore. The games industry went through what effectively for them a wonderful time during lockdown where everybody was buying and playing games and had a lot more time to spare, and people were lapping up everything that was given to them, and now everybody's decided that actually we need to go out and do stuff, guys. So we can't just sit at home all day long.
I have to work now.
Long games are suffering because of it.
Oh.
I know, Bendy. I know you don't want to go outside, but
people are out there.
I also don't want to go outside, and I don't want to work.
If someone could sponsor us to do,
I would play games for a living.
Yeah, do you want to? I mean, I do get paid to play games.
Anyway, let's
Listen, I went through a very long career to get to this point.
Right, so we have our format of the topic, and obviously, recent opening Super Nintendo World in Japan, and the confirmation they're getting one in. I had a thought and put it to co-hosts here. What gaming franchise would you like to see at a theme park? And are there any kind of rides or attractions you can think of that? I'm going to start with Nettle.
So initially I went for the really boring choice that everybody would have thought I would have gone through, which was obviously Destiny. However,
Bus Simulator.
Bus simulator. Yeah. We just ride buses. all along. I went slightly left field of Destiny. And I actually decided upon something which I think Bendy would probably love very much. I decided that I thought it would be really cool to have a Dark Pictures anthology theme park.
Oh,
Like a horror maze.
A horror theme park. Horror theme park.
I think theme park would be cheating, zonked.
Theme park is definitely cheating, zonked. So obviously we've got
murder all of your patrons, though.
Just murder everybody that comes through the door. I mean, you can go if we want to just do a super massive wide theme park, but no, I'm going to go with Dark Pictures. So obviously you've got things like you've got Man of Medan, you've got House of Ashes and Little Hope, and The Devil in Me, which is the four from the first saga, and they're all so different that they're all scary, but they're all different types. So you'd obviously have like roller coasters and stuff, which would be very, very good for like House of Ashes, where you're going all around the caves. You've got Man of Medan, which is set on a boat, which is clearly going to be a water ride. Got Little Hope, which, sorry, that has to be a maze because there's fucking people jumping out you left, right, and centre there. And not giving too much away, it has been announced Directive 8020, which is set in space, which is all about aliens. So VR ride, hello. Obviously there are VR ones that have come out and coming out, but I'm going to go with that. I just, I went a little bit left field because I think Destiny is so easy. There are so many things to talk about, but
I would go to this theme park.
See, I told you.
I would hate every single. I don't like to be scared. Like I just like to point out I'm a 35-year-old woman and I don't care how this makes me look. But I go to Fright Night every year at Thorpe Parks. Can love it. Like haven't been the last couple of years because of the COVID stuff, but every year love the horror mazes. Get really scared every single time, but I would love this thing. Love it. Give it to me. Like imagine being locked up in a little room, try and get an escape room for Man of Medan to get off the ship. That sort of thing. That would be real.
I can imagine like theme park is put into different, like where you get your desert. I like the idea that Devil in Me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, that's what it's kind of, it's not a haunted house that it's based off, but obviously it's the murder house. That is quite well known now for a guy who is actually a really shit murderer. Can I just say?
That was very, very well thought. They're very not something I'd have thought of.
No, and we can always expand it.
Name is Herman Mudgett. Exactly.
We can expand it to the Quarry and
Dawn.
Until Dawn and other things that haven't been announced yet.
I want this theme park
coming out.
Super massive. Invest your money.
It's really cool. It would be really cool to see like the different sections and how they dress them up as well. Like I'm saying Thorpe Park because that's the one that I know. Like you've got your different parts of the island, haven't you? And they like where the speedway is and like all that stuff and how they dress up that particular park where all of your, if you do extend it to the quarry, where like it would be a quarry, wouldn't it? So you would have a quarry part, you would have like the haunted street part where your murder mansion is on, and then like water, the sea for Man of Medan.
Yep. And then all be like related,
could be really cool.
Snack venues and stuff as well.
Can you imagine
merchandise?
Imagine you just get actors with costumes, trained per Little Hope.
Yeah. Oh, blurry.
And like obviously the
so scared he's blurry.
Yeah. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts, yes, definitely is just Disney World.
That is just Disney World, yeah.
Bioshock's a good shout there, Zol.
Bioshock would be great.
We like that. So yes, that would be my.
I guess you can have two. If you were looking at Bioshock, it's not my answer, but if you were looking at Bioshock, you would have only two worlds because you would have Columbia and Rapture, right? But
Rapture. Guys, look, my husband's just brought me a cup of tea.
Where's mine? Come to Essex with my
Where's
tea,
my
please.
tea?
Resident Evil
Sorry.
theme world. Oh my word.
Oh dear God, we've just gone into the horror themed
Love
world
that.
now. I've
Quick.
started something.
Bandit, Brighton things. Bandit? Bendy, Brighton things.
Bendy.
It's because I read Bandit.
Everybody knows what I'm gonna choose, and I'm not gonna go left field because this should be a theme park. Zelda,
Oh,
like
obviously.
the world of Hyrule, right? So you think of Disney World, you walk down Main Street. As you walk into this world, you walk through Clocktown,
Yeah.
and then you've got Hyrule Castle, but like in the middle, and then you could have like around it, like in Disney World, just different games and stuff. So you would definitely have like a the King of Red Lions water ride, right? Where they are all keep like red lions on water, and you just like a log flume, but you're on that ship. So Wind Waker.
Yeah.
You have like Hyrule Field, where I guess it would just be like a maze, or you have like a petting zoo, and that can be the Lon Lon Ranch, and you can have like the different Lon Lon Ranches as well. You can even have like a race in Lon Lon Ranch where you get on a horse, not an actual horse, but like a mechanical horse, like a what are they called, carousel. But it would be like the racetrack
What
Lon Lon
I
Ranch. That would be
pictured
really freaking cool.
What I pictured was like when you go to caravan parks, a bit like the little horses run along like that.
Yes. I could be there too. You could have a chicken chasing thing where you have to go and chase chickens. That happens. You could also have a horror based bit where like it'll be a horror maze based under the well from Ocarina of Time. I mean, you could go if you were taking like best bits from all of the games, you could have like rides that represent all of the divine beasts in Breath of the Wild. Like shaped around that sort of thing. And they like if you've seen stuff about Mario World, they have like things that you can do during the day where you have to like collect stuff on a watch. You could have your own ones where you have to find Korok seeds. Like there are hundreds and hundreds of Korok seeds just around the park, and you find them, and you get like a prize for getting a certain amount.
QR code on them.
Seeds.
Again.
Yes.
QR code on them. Yeah.
Welcome back, Dan. We are talking about what games you would like to be in theme parks.
Theme parks.
A game based, like a theme park based on a game friend.
Yeah. And then you could also have like Disney World, you have cast members that are dressed as Zelda and Link and all of the big names. You can have all of the champions, and you can have all of the big characters from all of the games that wandering around and getting photo ops and stuff. So yeah, I would absolutely love a Zelda world, please.
And
just call it Hyrule.
You know, if this does come into fruition, Bendy can be Zelda. Just say she has the costume.
I have multiples.
I'll
wear either of any of them.
When I put this question to you, I was like, well, Destiny and Legend of Zelda. But like, thing is, I think you could easily have guessed what mine would have been, but I too wanted to do something out of left field. Overwatch World.
Overwatch.
And also, Bandit, while you were saying about the World of Warcraft, Blizzard World map, that's what made me think of it, because I've got my puzzle completed on my staring at that's what kind of gave me the idea for it. Yeah, I've just had a thought as I was sat here and Nettle was talking about. Can't go into too much detail and depth back because I've not really had time. But imagine a board.
I would get on board with that. Yeah.
Simpsons hit and run game. Oh my god. Oh, that's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Driving around Springfield like a giant dodger.
I kind of did the same thing as Bendy though. I chose something that could potentially end up being a part of the Super Nintendo world anyway. I mean, I don't know what rides and but I went with, imagine this, you walk up the gates, there's lots of jungly trees
Spyro.
and stuff, and big fence, and it's on country.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Welcome to
Yes,
DK World,
yes.
bitches.
Oh god.
You can have a runaway
Yep.
minecart,
Yeah,
like
so
a minecart track.
Theme park.
Yeah.
You've already got a roller coaster on the mine tracks, an inside mine track
Yeah.
one of anything, and you can have like the birds and that flying like next, like animatronic birds and that flying next to you and things like that as you're going through.
Yeah.
What was the other things you think of a couple of them? So obviously with
Diddy Kong Racing.
yes, Diddy Kong Racing, so you've got a
Kart
racetrack.
racer.
There's in Donkey Kong Country 3, when you're on the overworld, you have to use a hovercraft to get to different parts of the map. So there would be like a hovercraft bit as well. That's just
wow.
that's a cheap way of getting like a boat ride in. I would have King K's Royal ship from the end of the first one as like, you know, the boat.
Yes.
As like that. And
Like the galleon.
yeah, and I'd have King K. Rool kind of just stood in the middle of it. And the other one as well is I had an idea for another roller coaster, but you keep going through the barrels that shoot you out. Like that as you go through.
Like those the barrel ones. Yeah.
Yeah. So like you're going around you're going around the track.
Into one, you stop and then shoot out again.
But either that or like you're going around. I mean, you'd start off in a barrel and it shoot out, but like as you're going around the track, there's more barrels just around it, so it looks like you're going through. Like because you know on the levels you have to kind of shoot to the next one, move on.
Yeah.
And a carousel, but all the animals are the buddies that you can ride throughout the games. You've got like Espresso, the ostrich, Ramby Rhino. I did have a little think about it.
That's cute. I like that.
And just I'm trying to think of something where I could incorporate the original Donkey Kong game where he's throwing the barrels down. Could have it like, you know, one of them
just be like
adventure climbing things. There's one by the NEC. It's like got the netting around it, and you go up and you climb stuff. Imagine like that, but you've got like Donkey Kong at the top pretending to throw barrels down it up, but it's just like a climbing experience. But then you've got the whole Donkey Kong family in costume walking around.
You could just have like an arcade game where you throw barrels.
Yeah.
Like the
basketballs.
Basketball games that you get, but you just throw in barrels instead. At Mario's.
Yes, I love it. Trying to think of I was trying to think of one like that, but it was more like your gun, but it squawks the parrot and it shoots eggs. You have to knock down targets.
It sounds like the most fun place to go.
I would love that world, honestly.
Nintendo World.
But I imagine like you're gonna get like a Donkey Kong and a section added to Super Nintendo World eventually. I think it's primarily just, but I can't see why they wouldn't add Donkey Kong area and a Zelda area because they're massive names for Nintendo.
Yeah.
Possibly like a Metroid section, and a Kirby.
An Animal Crossing, which is literally just like the rest area,
yeah.
And you go, and that's where all your shops are and stuff, and you just go in there and you can have a meal and maybe, or Animal Crossing could be where you stay, so your hotel area,
like a little it could be like an outside camping, like a tent.
Yeah,
like the little wooden things. I'd love it. I'd actually love a stage musical with.
Oh my god!
Stage. Just Cranky coming out.
That's where everybody goes to sit when they bring their packed lunches because there's nowhere else to sit, so they're just sitting there eating their packed lunches, watching the thing, but they're not actually watching.
Bandit Sonic would not actually be a bad shout. Like he's got enough stuff in his games, I think. Ripper thing.
I'm gonna be honest. I was looking at it going, "What the hell does she mean by Sonic?"
I understand. But yeah, no.
It'd be easy enough to like. You could have one of your big roller coasters at the Sonic World could be Green Hill Zone, and it could just be like a loop-to-loose.
Yeah.
The hockey.
Well, imagine the the little thing you sit in as you go around on the track. The sides of it is Sonic in a ball, so it looks like you're Sonic going around the loops and stuff.
Very good.
There's what? Oh, you could.
I would just be going around going, "I want to go fast."
You could have one of the one of the ones that lifts up and down and flies, but you're just sitting in a tails. Tails.
Oh yeah.
And you've got a big the cat fishing game. No one would ever.
And then every. And they play both the Sonic movies on loop.
Yeah.
Like in a theatre. And you can just go watch both the Sonic movies.
I want to give a shout out to not a theme park, but that holiday venture that you go to when you haven't got quite enough money to go to a theme park with a family, and everyone gets kind of disappointed, but they can't complain because it's still a day out of Stardew Valley, like petting zoo.
Welcome to Stardew Valley. Well, it's literally a shop,
yeah,
a petting zoo, a beach that's just sand next to a pond.
Yeah. And you go, that's the shitty part. That's coming to the end of your holidays. You can't really push another big extreme venture out, but you got to do something with the kids because they just won't shut the fuck up.
And the arcades are like 50 years old.
So you're saying Pontins?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When you said that, all I had in my head was Hemsby, because I went there for a holiday once and it was fucking awful. Like, not the place, but like the campsite we were on was just, it just felt so 1970s.
Yeah.
Farm Food Simulator.
That's really disturbing.
Isn't that just shopping?
Yeah. As Bandit said above that, Tesco's.
Guys, we're going to go on an adventure to Tesco's mega store.
Woo! Get your tickets now.
I think you can get so much from Tesco's mega store though, so it's a cat.
It is a cat. Cat butt.
Oh, excellent. Right, well, I think they were some good theme parks.
She just fell off the table.
Is she drunk?
I think she might be. She has
too much catnip.
She landed on her feet.
She slipped off something on the side of my desk and fell into the desk and is now hiding on the windowsill because she's embarrassed.
I feel like it's one of them occasions when you're walking in the street and you kind of, when you actually trip against a bit of pavement, but you catch your feet and you look around and make sure I'm watching you.
No, I'm fine.
That was the cat equivalent of that.
Yes.
Right. Well, I for one would go to all of those theme parks.
I would like to point out I wouldn't go to mine.
I just wanted to add a little bit to some suggestions that were in the chat and Tempus's suggestions as well. So Bioshock would be a great shout. I think that would be a great theme park. And again, it would be like mazes and stuff, but you could also have like your entrance is Columbia.
Yeah.
And then you could have like Skylines as a roller coaster, because that's the way you get around in Colombia. So that would be really fun to have. And Borderlands, there's so much you could do with that. But yeah, as Nettle said, having a catch a ride and just like choosing a car and then doing a kart racer.
I'll go
to those theme parks.
All I thought of when you were talking about Big Daddy plush.
So you can't come on the ride with that. Well, I'm not going on the ride then.
It's a minor. I'm allowed on this kid's ride. This is my child. Anyway.
Kids in the background going, Daddy!
you shut up.
Big Daddy is my child now.
This is my new favourite child.
That's a different conversation.
Yes. Right. Well,
Big Daddy.
I think that was a very, very, very fun ending to a very good episode. I do say so myself.
Even if we do say so ourselves.
Yes, but we thank you all for joining us as per usual. Appreciate all of you talking to us through the podcast. Please come back and do it every week. Please. But yeah,
please follow the channel because at some point we might like to get affiliated.
But this will be going up on YouTube evening.
This evening. This evening.
So watch out for that. If you are not already in our Discord to get the notifications for when that happens, which the Discord link will.
So when we go live on Twitch in our Discord.
Yeah, there's a notification in our Discord that tells you when we go live on Twitch.
Is there?
No, there's not. There is in my one, but
Remember to check your code.
yes, but I'll we at everyone anyway.
But you're lying, Tempus.
No worries. Appreciate you all coming. We really do. I have been Tempusbe. That's been Net.
I have been a Bendy.
Thank you, everyone. We love you.
You're so cute.
And
come back for the cat.
Yes,
back for the cat.
if not for us, the cat.
Just the cat.
But we will hopefully next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.